managed to turn things around.
Whew. There you go, back with the striking.
Some wild exchanges there. It does seem like, even though he's Alix Jean-Guillaume, 7 years of a senior of Alan Taïbi, Jean-Guillaume also 4 centimeters taller.
And check out those 3 and 3.2 kilos extra for Alan Taïbi.
Premier combat professionnel de la soirée, 3 reprises de 5 minutes présentées par RMC Sport. Dans le coin bleu de Narbonne, 1m74, 81,7 kg, 9 combats en professionnel.
That's Alan Taïbi, 5'8", 29 years old, 4-5 as a pro.
Et dans le coin rouge de Lyon, 1m78, 78,5 kg, 12 combats en professionnel. On le surnomme la Stache, Alix Jean-Guillaume.
And Alix Jean-Guillaume, 36 years old, 5'10" for La Stache. 5'7" for the man with the tats and the stash.
Well, again, no secret as to which one of these two is a rock star. You can see that quite clearly. Alix Jean-Guillaume in the red corner, Alan Taïbi in the blue.
We're good to go. 3 rounds of 5 minutes in the catchweight division. Jean-Guillaume accepting this challenge tonight.
Guillaume competed at the very first Hexagone MMA where he defeated Onfel Makumba.
There you go. That's what I wanted to say. First one, right? First show. Okay.
First one. Then he had losses at Hexagone 3 and 5 to David Karp and Ulis Najib, respectively. Oh, there's a takedown.
Taïbi, yeah, Taïbi with the shoot.
How about that sprawl, though?
Massive sprawl by Alix Jean-Guillaume, refusing, really almost doing the splits.
Starting to look like something out of Cirque du Soleil. I mean, that is great defense, though. And right now, all he has to do is just kind of sprawl out, whereas Taïbi, he's the one pressing, he's the one using energy in this position. Taïbi not relenting. Wow, look at that nice turn of events there for Jean-Guillaume.
Using leverage, and Jean-Guillaume now pushing his opponent in a good position for him. Next to the cage, taking his time to work things out. Almost like a good student, you know, he's got one thing in mind. He's very concentrated. You can see that Alix Jean-Guillaume is not overexcited. He's poised. And
well, I do think that perhaps he's starting to come into his own and find his style as a fighter. I feel like we saw that last time out at Hexagone MMA 10 where he beat Cedric Severac to a bloody pulp, but he did it methodically. He didn't stress it. He truly did pick his moments very carefully. That's what he seems to be doing here as well, and I think that might be a key to victory.
That matchup against Severac was back in July. Whole new adventure now, 9 months later. Very active now with the left hand, constantly pummeling the face of Alan Taïbi. On paper, Alix Jean-Guillaume should be the favorite. I mean, he's got higher level experience, just a better record also.
Tried to go for a hip toss there. Over-under position. Taïbi trying really hard to get his opponent grounded, but he's got to be wary of not burning out his arms in the process.
He's using a lot of energy, you're right. And he's also focusing only on that, almost with that bear hug on Alix Jean-Guillaume.
Yeah, he's not changing levels. He's not really going to try to find a lower center of gravity.
The only activity he's got with those little knees to the thighs, as you can see. The right leg is working a little bit, but he's getting those that face peppered almost by the face by the punches of Alix Jean-Guillaume. Doesn't seem too frustrated. As you said, he's focusing on the same thing. He wants to take down. That's what he's going to get. Tearing him off the ground. Nope. Yes. Okay, finally. It was hard. Was it worth it? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Just under 2 minutes. Yeah, and look at that. Jean-Guillaume right back up to his feet. And the question is, how much energy did Taïbi expend in getting those, what, 7 seconds of top position?
You're right, you're right. It was not worth it. I mean, he used massive amount of energy for basically nothing and still focusing. I mean, if this bout actually goes, takes a long time, it's going to be tough for him. He's already breathing hard and continuing, wanting to show he's the boss in the wrestling style.
This is a better position for Taibbi. Before it was, you know, over-under in terms of underhooks for both of them. This is slightly better, but you see the Jean-Guillaume, he's adjusting very well. He's lowering his center of gravity, trying to keep his hips heavy.
What impresses me with Alex Jean-Guillaume, I mean, he's really concentrated. I mean, you can see he's thinking very well. We're always talking that MMA is like human chess game, and look at that! Ooh!
More attempt here.
Yep. He's focusing on it, and you can see the panic mode by Alan Taibbi.
40 seconds. Great minds think alike, right? Well, Jean-Guillaume, he did finish his last fight in the closing seconds of the first round. This is starting to look a little bit like that, minus about a liter of blood.
Back in the guard now. Oh, look at that. It's raining. Those hammer shots. 10 seconds.
And great, did you see there how once he...
The challenge is real tonight. And he also said in his pre-match interview that he loves to go on the ground. He's always very active when he's on the ground. Oh my God! The mistake he didn't want to do! Alex Jean-Guillaume got caught with that left hook.
And it was almost a mirror image of the last fight where he was going for too many leg kicks, leaving himself open for a counter right hand.
Now this goes completely against the grain. You said it. Alan Taibbi should focus a little bit on his stand-up before going for the takedown attempt. That's what he did, and he caught him with that left hook. Alex Jean-Guillaume seems to have recovered, taking a lot of information from his corner.
Those are good at defensive elbows there as well.
Those are nasty, short elbows right on the temple. Above the temple, sorry.
And again, we're back to a similar position that we were in initially. I wonder if perhaps Taibbi would have more success if he were to separate and just change things up a little bit more, because now he's right back where he was before and having the same amount of success as before, which is basically none.
Sebastian, the only time he had success in this matchup, when almost a lucky shot with that left hook, was in something that he's not supposed to be the master of, which is the stand-up. And now he's focusing on what does not work. So what's going on in his corner? They should tell him to stop this BS and then basically do something, because this is not the winning formula for sure.
I might be open for a knee, yeah.
The blind man could have seen that one coming, but Taibbi did not.
And this, I mean, there's still more than half a round left to go, but I do wonder how the judges are going to see this round if in fact it does go to the third, because sure, initial great success for Taibbi, but so far that success has diminished more and more by the second.
People forgot about that left hook already.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only like a flash for like 2 seconds. Very impressive, because Jean-Guillaume lost his balance immediately. I mean, he had no legs. He crumbled, but it was almost like a flash knockout. He got back on his feet very quickly, and it's almost as if it never happened. So I'm sure it's going to be great on the replay, but right now it's the match has started again, basically. A new start. And again, the same position for Taibbi, going with those knees to the thighs. This is so frustrating, even for me. I mean, you want him to do something else. Maybe he's thinking about the 20% purse money that he's going to lose. That's why I say, okay, I'm gonna do 20% less than what I do usually.
That return there for Taibbi, but can he keep Jean-Guillaume on the canvas?
Oh.
That's the thing, he got overexcited, got too high up. Jean-Guillaume could easily posture up and throw his opponent down. Looks like he might have his hands clasped together. I think he's gonna get the takedown. He does.
There you go. One more point for the good guy.
And Jean-Guillaume spins around, takes it back. He's got one hook in and just over a minute to work.
You were talking about the energy being lost by Alan Taibi. Even when he tried that to do that almost mini slam that he did a second ago, it led nowhere, and it once again it tired him out tremendously. He's still in it.
There is the potential for a triangle from the bottom here. Of course, Jean-Guillaume needs to get his right leg free, but his left leg is there just waiting. Still, though, even if he doesn't give a submission, this position has allowed Jean-Guillaume to neutralize the offense of Taibi. Taibi hasn't been able to mount any offense from his position.
As I said, people forgot about the flash knockout. Did you remember it? Do you remember it?
I kind of forgot it. I did not forget about Dre, but I forgot about the flash. This is a better position.
Yeah, but it's too late. It's only 10 seconds. If you were a judge, I mean, who are you going to give this round to? Are you going to give it to only the guy who had one punch and then didn't do much to improve it? Or are you going to give it to the acumen of Alex Jean-Guillaume?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm glad I'm not scoring this fight. And here we have the replay.
There you go. Yep. That left hand almost sent out as a whip.
That left hand was so quick that I initially thought it was the right hand that dropped it. That's how quick it was.
Yep. See that again. That's good. That's a good angle. Oh yeah, right under the nose. Thank God it was maybe a couple of inches deeper, and that would have been it. And then the Alan Taibi wrestling showdown started. Didn't lead anywhere. By the way, Sebastian, I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, but I was told that Alex Jean-Guillaume has a record here in Hexagone. He's the first man ever to be fighting for the 5th time in Hexagone. He's 2-2, and that's a record. That's matchup number 5, from what I was told.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I think you're onto something there. Third and final round here between Alex Jean-Guillaume in the red corner and Alan Taibi in the blue.
Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's see if Alan Taibi had some better advice, or if he can do something else in the next 5 minutes.
And both these fighters know about an uphill battle. Taibi, he lost his first 4 fights, and then as you mentioned, Jean-Guillaume, he had a very rocky start to his career, but they both managed to turn things around.
Whew. There you go, back with the striking.
Some wild exchanges there. It does seem like, even though he's not throwing as much, Taibi might have the power advantage. He's definitely built like it.
Stocky. Come on. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think he was a grounded opponent there. You saw Jean-Guillaume, he dropped down to one knee.
Check it out. Let's see what the official is going to probably get a warning or a...
So there was a first knee.
Legal. Yeah, the knee was on the ground. I don't know. From that angle, it wasn't clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was definitely grounded. Okay, and referee not going to take the position away, which I gotta say is an odd choice if you're not going to take a point.
And we're going to trust Loïc Bois, the official here. A lot of experience also as a fighter. And one of the premier referees here in France.
You saw there Taibi trying to hook the leg of his opponent. Not relinquishing this front headlock position, or body lock rather. And one wonders if perhaps that botched weight cut has something to do with Taibi's game plan and the way that he's fighting. Maybe, you know, maybe he was dealing with a bit of an injury or an illness, or, you know, just bad weight cuts. It can zap a lot.
Oh, nasty! Nasty spinning elbow to the face. And once again, Alex Jean-Guillaume powers through it as if nothing happened. But that was just scary. But I agree with you, Sebastian. I mean, the fact that Tybee isn't really showing the, well, except right now, but he isn't really showing the fighting spirit. Basically, he's not really, he doesn't have the killer instinct from the get-go. He's only focusing on his wrestling. That could be the result of problems in training or an injury. It's really unusual, especially when you see that something's not working. Why would you continue to do it for 15 minutes? That's...
Yeah, I do think, or I wonder aloud if that perhaps is some of what we're seeing here, because once again, Jean-Guillaume manages to turn a bad position into a top position.
Alan Tybee signed a 3-fight contract with Hexagone. This is fight number 2. If he wants to get the opportunities to be on the main card, better do something special the next 2 minutes, or else he's going to be stuck on the undercard again and again. This is almost like a promotion matchup between the two, because we got some guys who are in the middle ground. Basically, the winner is going to be promoted pretty much to the main cards in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would definitely think so. Tybee looks like he's trying to hit the switch, but it's going to be very, very hard with Jean-Guillaume grabbing his leg the way that he is.
90 seconds to go. Jean-Guillaume. Yeah, continuing to wrap him up. And also pushing him against the cage. Now he doesn't want him to get up. It's almost a pride matchup between the pride. I mean, they're showing a lot of pride by okay, you want to fight wrestling with me? You want to wrestle with me? I'm going to show you that I can do it better than you.
Yeah. And it must be somewhat disheartening when you think about how long Tybee was trying to get the takedown, and Jean-Guillaume got it in the span of a couple seconds.
Well, yeah, but that was because he had this little spinning elbow to the face.
Well, even previously, though. I mean,
you're right.
The takedowns are coming pretty easily for Jean-Guillaume.
So it's supposed to be his specialty. He's heavier than the guy, and he's the one getting taken down. Yep. Frustration city for Tybee. 30 seconds to go. They need to have the warning so to explode, to give out almost fireworks in the last few seconds.
Some nice strikes from the top here for Jean-Guillaume. Great head positioning as well, really pinning his opponent's head with his own. And then we'll probably elect us to land some strikes here.
10-second clapper, alerting us that this one is nearing the end. Yeah, he's right. That's how you cement. You're the winner in the eyes of the judges on the outside. One more punch. And great job by Alex Jean-Guillaume. Managed to not get frustrated once.
You gotta love that sportsmanship there as well. Jean-Guillaume posturing up like he feels he's got the victory already.
What do you think?
I mean, this is a very unofficial scorecard. I personally would have Jean-Guillaume as the winner. Despite the most meaningful strikes coming by courtesy of Tybee, you can't just have one or two strikes unless they are finishing the opponent. I don't think that is necessarily what should win you the fight.
The two shots you're talking about, I mean, they were very impressive. They popped us from our seat. It was very exciting, but in the end, it didn't do any damage. I mean, Alex Jean-Guillaume is not showing anything. There's no blood, there's no injury. The guy continued as if nothing happened. So, exciting is one thing, but damage is another. So, it didn't happen. I'm going to give it to Jean-Guillaume. And let's see if the judges think like we did. Looking for another win. Looking for professional win number 6, Alex Jean-Guillaume. Let's take it to the center of the cage. No, we don't have the results yet.
They're still deliberating, it seems. See Christophe talking to some of the cage side officials here.
It's not that complicated. There's 3 rounds. Scored on 10 points for the winner of the round, 9 points or less for the loser of the round.
traditionally, it may not be the case here, but when it does take time to get the scores collected, it might be because it's a split decision, takes a little extra time to add.
Or a draw.
Or, yeah. I would be shocked if that was the result, but...
Listen, we're in France, we never know.
All right, it looks like we have the official scores. Let's hand it over to Chris now.
Yeah, split decision.
Le coin rouge, la stache,
Okay, the stash gets it. Jean-Guillaume gets it, but by split decision. So I guess the shots that you were talking about, they impressed a lot of the judges on the outside.
And how about Alix Jean-Guillaume making it 2 in a row and 3 wins in total here in Hexagone? I mean, this is a guy who lost his first 5 fights by a first-round finish. That would have ended the career of many fighters, but not Jean-Guillaume. He turned things around, and look at it. Now he's on a 3-fight winning streak.
So you think he did the right decision by stopping Medal and focusing on the...
I like his medal. I would like to see him do both, but if he can only do one thing, let's keep him in the cage.
We got an interview with the winner of the night.
Alix, vous avez fait preuve d'une énorme combativité, malgré un petit passage au sol, vous êtes bien revenu dans ce match. La victoire, pas facile à aller chercher.
That matchup, that victory was pretty hard to get.
Compliqué ce soir par rapport aux 2 derniers combats. Mais on a
Yeah, it was way more complicated tonight, especially compared to the previous fight.
Et hier matin, il y a eu une grosse surprise et j'ai quand même accepté.
I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to criticize my performance, but I accepted this challenge even though the guy was way heavier than me.
Mais bon, juste un truc avant. Je te laisse la parole après. Je tiens à remercier quand même mes coachs qui sont là ce soir.
And I wanted to thank my coaches on the outside. I work with them day in, day out. I trust them, they trust me. And I consider them my friends also, because they won alongside me. So thank you very much.
Une ovation pour le vainqueur de ce match, la stache Alix Jean-Guillaume.
Big win there for the stash.
Alix Jean-Guillaume saying that maybe a lot of people are going to criticize his performance. There's no reason to criticize what he did. I mean, he took those shots like a champ and came back for the win. So, yeah, that was the last bout of the first part, Sebastian. That means we're going to come back in a few minutes and we're going to be live pretty much all over the